everyone, and welcome back to Humble Heart Horsemanship. My name is Sabrina. It is about 8 a.m. on December 20th. Christmas is literally 5 days away, and I woke up this morning and we have a beautiful hard frost that happened, and it's made everything so still and quiet and just beautiful out here. And I thought it would be fun if I took you guys along with me to feed all of our farm animals here at the ranch. We have 2 horses, 2 goats, 10 chickens, and I really enjoy my morning routine of feeding them, and I feel like I really have gotten it down now that we've lived here for almost 5 months now. So I'm just gonna take you guys along with me as I feed all these animals on this really beautiful winter morning. So let's go feed everyone, because the horses are literally staring at me right now and they're just like, give me food. So let's get started. So I have the essentials here. We got hot coffee, we got the Carhartt work insulated gloves, and we got our little tote, which is what I put the horses' hay in. So basically, we're gonna go on up to the upper barn. Welcome to the upper barn. And this is where I store some of the hay, and so I'm gonna be grabbing some hay from there and then bringing it on down to the barn and the horses. You guys, so welcome to the upper barn. This is a really large alfalfa orchard grass bale that I had delivered from South Dakota along with all of my other hay. So I'm just going to be grabbing some of this hay off of the round bale and putting it into this tote that I brought up with me. Now we're walking on down to the lower barn where I'm going to weigh their hay and then feed these 2. Alright, you guys, you're joining me in the lower barn now. This is where we have our 2 goats and all of our chickens. And I also have my handy dandy little scale here. Now this is actually a fishing scale that I bought off of Amazon a little bit over a year ago. I use it 3 times a day to weigh the animals' feed, especially the horses, and it's really held up really well. So I like to weigh my horses' hay. Excuse the loud chickens. I like to weigh my horses' hay to make sure that they're getting the right amount in pounds per each meal. So we're gonna weigh this and make sure that I have the right amount of hay in here. There we go. guys, because I've had Gunner for coming on almost 5 years now, and so we both know each other really, really well. And then with Gemini, the Palomino here, I've only owned him almost a year and a half now. And so I still feel like we're really getting to know each other and stuff. And if you guys noticed in that last clip when I was feeding them their hay, Gunner stays pretty far away because he knows to be respectful of my space when I'm feeding. And Gemini is still learning that. So Gemini will sometimes try to push his luck and get like as close to you as he can to try to get a little nibble out of the hay tote. I never let him because I don't want him to think that he can be pushy and just come at me biting for food anytime I have food. But it's fun to see horses like personalities when you go to feed them and they're hungry. A lot of times those like training gaps will show, and it's just interesting to watch. But Gunner's like, I'm the wise old man, I know how this works by now. You guys, it got to 14 degrees last night, and this Farm Innovators trough heater has really done an excellent job at keeping the trough from freezing. I really, really love it. I got it off of Amazon. It was, I think, like $38, which is a pretty good price for a trough heater. And it's been working great. So I'm so grateful to have a trough heater so I don't have to break ice out of this thing every morning. And so my horses always have access to water, which of course they always need. So you guys, we're not done yet. We still got to collect the horses' grain buckets. Gemini's looking at me as I said that. We got to collect the grain buckets, bring them inside, fill them up with grain. And then what I usually do is I start to feed the animals inside the barn, also because they've been waiting patiently. But first, we need some coffee because it's so cold out here. All right, let's go get those grain buckets. Alright, you guys, now it's time to feed the goats. This little cutie over there, that is Theo. This is Bramble. And they get hay, they get local grass hay. So let's go grab some hay for them. Sometimes we don't know where to go. Alright guys, here you go. Here's your hay. Alright, so another thing I need to do is break the ice in their bucket. Now they actually don't even have that much ice in here, but the goats, since they're actually still babies, they're only, look at them, they're so funny. They like to headbutt each other when they're eating. But anyways, they're a little bit over 5 months old, so they don't really know how to kind of crack open the ice on their bucket when it's iced over. So we're gonna do that for them so they can have access to water. I saw my other videos with the goats. Bramble, the one that has a lot of white on his head, he was so shy and afraid of people when we first got him. And he's really come out of his shell, and he actually comes up to me multiple times for pets, which is a huge deal, of huge progress thing related to him and getting used to being around people and being socialized. And he's quite the little love bug now that he's realized that people aren't scary. So really happy with how that's been working out. guys, so now we have the horses' grain buckets and we're gonna fill them up. We have a chicken in chicken jail, which is Blackberry over here, and she's just hollering at me because she doesn't like being in chicken jail. So let's fill up these grain buckets for the horses. This is where I keep Gunner's grain, and then over there is Gemini's grain. Gunner's grain bucket is the green one. Alright you guys, so we got their grain in the grain buckets. Now I always like to add a little bit of some water to my horse's grain, and I really like it to kind of soak in there for at least a few minutes. It's really beneficial to add water to your horse's grain and kind of turn it into a mash, because it basically can prevent your horse from choking, which some horses can do when they eat grain very quickly. And it's also good because when you add water, you're helping to increase your horse's water intake, because obviously the grain soaks up the water. So I always put water in my horse's grain and I make it into a mash. So let's go on over to the spigot and add some water to these buckets. So I am just going to let the horse's grain soak for a few minutes while I run up to the upper barn and grab this kind of like plastic jar of fermented chicken feed. I like to ferment the chicken feed for a lot of different reasons. It helps it like last longer, keeps the chickens a little bit more full, adds more water to their diet in the winter, and it's just a really good way to feed. And the chickens are yelling at me, so I'm gonna run on up to the garage and grab that feed. I'll be right back. Guys, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to plug in my purple Christmas lights that I put up to make it feel Christmassy in here, which we must do, so I'm gonna go plug those in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Christmas! Aren't they pretty? I love these purple lights. Got them at Home Depot for like $1 after Halloween, which is pretty incredible. You can't really see them very well on camera. I don't know why my camera does that, but I'll try to get a better angle of them in just a minute. I just love my Christmas lights, you guys. If you guys have a barn or any other like structure where you tend to work and be a lot, and if you love Christmas and you love lights, you gotta hang some up, because these just add such a great like Christmas spirit, Christmas theme to my barn when I'm out here working, and I just think they look really cute. I love them. Are you hungry? You want your breakfast? Okay, I'm coming. Gotta make sure no chickens get out. Come on guys, you gotta stay in here. I know we're all hangry. I know, it's coming. If you saw my other video, you guys would know that one of these hens laid their first egg here at our ranch. Okay, can we be quiet for 2 seconds? They laid an egg in this crate over here behind me last night, if you guys saw that video. So, super excited about that. I was literally freaking out when I found the egg. It was the most exciting thing ever, because we've had these chickens for 5 months now, and one of them laid their first egg last night. I'm calling it my Christmas, sorry girls, I'm calling it my Christmas present from them, because it's so rewarding when you spend that much time taking care of an animal especially chickens. We actually literally transported all of them but 3 from Oregon to Wyoming here. My sister did in her truck. When they were just little baby chicks. And so it's just so incredible to be able to have our very first egg from one of these girls. My mom thinks it was Madonna, this beautiful Novagin brown pullet right here. But we obviously don't know who laid the egg. So it was really exciting though. So we're gonna let him eat. Soon it's gonna be like a regular thing to be checking all their nesting boxes for eggs. This is just a golf ball that we lay in here to help imitate an egg and to encourage them to lay their eggs in here. But let's kind of check all the nesting boxes to see if we have any other eggs. I don't see any in there. Let's see about this one. I gotta scrape all the poop off of this one. I just did that last night. Let's see, come on. Let's see if there's an egg in there. Nope, just another golf ball. So happy with that egg that one of them laid last night. I was so excited, I literally was freaking out. All right, ladies, enjoy your breakfast. Almost forgot to break their water open. Now, a lot of times, you guys, when it's this cold out, I'll bring down boiling water. Like this is frozen solid, pretty much. I know you want some water, I'm gonna get you some. So, gonna take this out and get him some non-frozen water, some liquid water. Those of you who do not know who this is Ramo. He is our ranch dog, our ranch boy. Come here, Rami. Stay. We have a bit of a predicament while trying to film that. All of the chickens got out. Rommel, out. Out. All the chickens got out. How is that supposed to happen? I'm closing the door as we speak. I was trying to film me carrying their little water bowl into their coop, and I was like, if I leave the door open for just a second, I don't think they'll get out. And then, of course, all of them got out. Horses get the grain, Mom gets her coffee. Sometimes I just sit here and watch them eat. I find it to be really relaxing and just a very peaceful way to kind of start the morning. Watching horses eat is so satisfying because they literally look so happy. They're so food motivated that they're just like, this is the best thing ever. It's kind of how I feel about my coffee. Guys, I love it in the winter time when the horses turn into woolly mammoths. It's like the best thing ever. Jemmy, that's not yours. That's Gunner's. That's Gunner's grain. He's sneaky. Look at that. He just snuck right in, and then Gunner will probably put his ears back and say, hey, that's mine. Yep, that's what happened. And then Jemmy's like, darn it, it didn't work. I wasn't able to steal his food. I'll go back to mine. Gunner tries the same thing where he tries to steal Gemini's grain, and then Gemini goes back to Gunner's grain. This is what they do. Kind of like the game. My mother, she's coming out with hot cocoa and hot water. How cold did you say it is out here?
14 degrees.
14 degrees. I thought it was 20, so I was...
Look at my soap pants on. I just want you to have something to warm up.
Aw, thank you.
And something thick.
Aw. Now this little doggo, you stay. He wants to come inside the dry lot, but since there's horses in here, I don't let him go past the gate here. He's not supposed to, but he feels Rommel, good boy. He feels very tempted because he loves the grain droppings, so he'll lick the floor for the grain droppings. Good boy, you stay. So I want to share with you guys something that happened earlier today. I'm holding Madonna right now, by the way. I don't know if she's like too happy about it, but out of all of her hens, she is like the most docile when it comes to being held. So anyways, this morning when I was hanging down to come feed all the animals, I was about to walk down the stairs. I looked out one of the windows of our sunroom and saw 3 little dogs. They look like puppies or like Chihuahua type dogs running just on our property, kind of up by the water reserve tank. And I was like, oh my God, this is not good because they're so small and it's literally 14 degrees outside. So I ended up making a post on the neighborhood, kind of like a neighborhood watch Facebook forum for our neighborhood. And someone commented and said that her puppies accidentally got out and that she got them back, but she was so sorry. So I'm glad that it wasn't like an aggressive dog, and I was glad that they found their way back home because that happens a lot where we live, you guys. A lot of rural places will have stray dogs, and some of them are aggressive to your livestock and stuff. About 2 weeks ago, we had a hunting dog that was on our property when the goats were in their pen, and so that was a little nerve-wracking, but everyone was fine, and the dog ran off up the hill after we kind of yelled at him. So, but yeah, just part of rural living out here in Wyoming. You gotta watch your livestock for stray animals like that. All right, we are all done feeding all of the farm animals here at the ranch. I hope you guys did enjoy coming along with me for this journey this morning on this very, very cold day. And if you did enjoy it, make sure that you scroll down, hit that like button, and leave me a comment and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And subscribe so you can see all of these beautiful animals on my channel. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!